What up, 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 and what is up? Yes, indeed. Welcome to another great episode of Comfortable Being Uncomfortable, the podcast. We live again. So welcome to the show. Yeah, man. I don't know why I always get stuck at the beginning of the show. I don't know why I always do that. All right. Yo, real quick, man. Gotta go around the room. All the way from East Compton, LA. Got my man Trent, man. Trent, what's up, player?
What's going on, everybody?
So y'all know, if y'all don't know, man, Trent said that he was like, yeah, man, forget it. I saw that we can do things virtually now, so I'm just gonna stay in my bubble and forget y'all.
Cell Block D. Campbell, Pennsylvania.
Big Rob, what's up, player?
What's happening?
Rob got the Purple Heart shirt on. Y'all don't know that Rob earned the Purple Heart. Tell them the story real quick, Rob.
I got fucked up.
All right, well, that's one way to put it there, player. I guess. If y'all don't know, man, y'all know Miss Chris is permanent on the show, so we got Miss Chris in the building. Miss Chris.
What's up,
It's
everybody?
Chris.
What'd you call me?
Did he say Christmas? Did he really just say Christmas?
Did he?
No, I said Miss Chris.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I am on Christmas now.
Yeah, womp womp. Yo, big shout out to arcoutlets.com. If you are a small business owner or you know somebody who's a small business owner, tell them about arcoutlets.com, where they can go and shop and not shop, but show their actual business on that website and direct a lot more people to their website. Big shout out to Rock Bottom Music Group. Rock Bottom Music Group creates all of our sounds and beats for the show. Big shout out to them and my homeboy. Official Adrian Amos, the clothing line. If you all didn't know, man, we had him on the show last week to talk about his show.
Yeah.
I mean, not a show, but his clothing line. And Nehemiah came on to talk about it as well. So make sure you go there to shop all things Official Adrian Amos. Hey, man, look, I got to give y'all a big shout out to fans, man. We hit 1,000 followers on Facebook. Thank y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, big hey, I don't know what I would do without y'all. I don't know what Rob would do without y'all. I don't know what Crystal would do without y'all. I don't know what Trent would do without y'all.
Fantastic.
Yeah, thanks to all of our viewers. We really appreciate you guys.
And make sure you like it and share.
Yeah, use the hashtag comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yup.
There's a reason we say that. You know what I'm saying? As y'all can see, man, I got the Packers gear on because, you know, we 4-0, baby. Going to go 5-0 against Tom Brady tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my boys in Green Bay. Look, real quick. There's a story that came out, and I don't have the video or the name of the guy, but there's a story that I read this morning when I opened up the newspaper on my app on my iPad, and it was a 12-year-old or 13-year-old boy who swam from what was that, St. Lucia to Martinique, I think it is.
Yeah.
Martinique.
Yeah, and that's crazy, man. 13 years old. It took him 13 hours or something like that.
That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
crazy.
Swimming.
Why was he
is-
doing that? What was the record?
I think what it was is he was he's got aspirations to be an Olympic swimmer, and I think it was a challenge for him. So he's like, you know what, hey, I'm going to go swimming.
Well, he definitely put his name on the board with that.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Oh yeah,
That's what's up.
No doubt.
yeah.
Swimming takes a lot of endurance. I mean, I love to swim, but it's definitely a workout.
Hey, let me ask you something. You swim in community pools?
I have swum.
That sounds like a setup.
Nasty.
See, I knew it. I don't trust him. We gonna talk about that later, though.
Nasty.
Later on in the show, we gonna talk about it.
There's chlorine in it. I mean, it's the same thing as you swim at the gym. You don't.
Yeah.
So you don't swim at any community pool.
No, I sure
He
don't.
can't swim. That's why.
That's because he can't swim.
Says the guy that's sitting over there sounding like he's talking in the bathroom.
Oh,
Don't let him get you.
To your little crickets or whatever you got.
Look, don't it sound like he's talking in the bathroom?
it sounds like he in the shower stall by himself.
By yourself.
For all y'all.
Oh,
What'd you say, dog?
What?
You heard me. Give yourself crickets.
Anyway,
See, you should be here. You should be here. That's what
Exactly.
happens.
See?
You miss out.
Exactly. See, you're going to get roasted for the rest of the show because you decided everything else is more important than being on this show right now. Yeah. And you said, I can just do it from my couch or my toilet.
He ain't paying his electric bill.
Last time I checked, I'm on the show right now. So what you talking about?
You ain't pay your electric bill. Everything running off of batteries in his apartment right now.
Yo, y'all know what time it is, right? Y'all know what time it is.
Lane.
Go ahead, Trent. Trent, man, we got around the horn. What you got, babe?
Oh man! All right. So the first thing we got is Los Angeles Lakers. Man, they won their 17th NBA championship. Big shout out to them. This is also LeBron James's 4th championship as well. And Doc, I know you're a big LA fan, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No.
Oh, I thought you were still talking. But yeah, I'm a big LA fan.
No.
And I'm happy.
No.
I'm happy. I'm loving it.
They deserve to win.
Yeah, they did.
No, they did not deserve to
yes,
win.
They did.
Let me explain to you my rationale. I stopped watching a whole lot of I watch basketball, but I stopped watching a whole lot of basketball when I started watching these guys stacking teams. I got a problem with that. You're bouncing from team to team chasing a championship ring. Back in the day when you had Michael Jordan sticking with the same team, you had Charles Barkley left Philadelphia and went to Phoenix, chasing that ring. Like you had the Lakers were great back in their day just because of the players.
So
you can't blame the players. Blame the owners of the team and the head coaches who draft these players. I mean,
you had LeBron leave Cleveland. He went to Miami. Then he left Miami and went to L.A. I mean, it's just like, come on, really?
I mean, he went back to Cleveland after Miami and then went to.
But I'm not just talking about solely about LeBron. Like, I mean, look at what the Clippers did. The Clippers did the same thing. They stacked the team and tried to, and got that ring. Like, it's.
When did the Clippers get a ring, bro?
Or I'm sorry.
Hold up, man.
What was the team with the Golden State Warriors? I'm sorry.
Well, no. To be fair, Golden State didn't really stack. They didn't really stack.
Oh, so by bringing old boy from OKC out
he's the only person. He's the only person. But they won a championship without him. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those players got drafted or got picked up from other teams.
Exactly.
They didn't stack that team.
Steph was there. Steph was there. Steph was there. Clay was there. Draymond was already there.
Right.
And they got better over the years.
They were all there already.
Right.
But you can't tell me that they didn't get better when old boy left OKC and ended up in Golden State.
That's the only championship that everybody questions about Golden State is when Kevin Durant got there. He was ring chasing. He knew that he couldn't beat them in the Western Conference, so he joined them.
We in the DMV. No. Wait a second. We in the DMV. I want to watch my language because Kevin Durant might show up. He might pop up.
Tell him pop up.
He pop up. I'm popping out. So
I'm just letting you scared of him. Why you scared of him? Why you scared of him?
I'll take that left hook to the jaw for 51 mil because I got a lawyer on speed dial right now. You know what? Hit me right here and make it good. Because I'm going to have to dip into that bank account a little.
I mean, I don't blame them for chasing
5% body fat. I ain't fighting that dude, man. I ain't that stupid.
I don't blame them for chasing the championship. I mean, if that's their aspirations.
But wasn't basketball more exciting when the Boston Celtics?
No, it was not.
That's because you were still in Pampers. So, like when Boston was good and the Knicks were good with Ewing and the boys and stuff. And,
we don't remember watching Jerry West play. That's only you.
He used to watch Bill Russell, Jerry West. You saw Larry Bird too.
Pistol
I'm pretty sure.
Pete.
Oh my God, yeah.
Pistol Pete.
Dr. J.
When it was still black and white.
Trent, they had no 3-point line.
I wish, Oliver, if you're watching this, I need some help on this. I'm tight with the Chamberlain family, so I need some help with this. You know what I mean?
You're tight with everybody, bro.
Oliver,
I just realized that.
Owen, Oliver, your mom's birthday was just yesterday. Y'all need to come in here and help me out in the comments.
He friends with everybody.
Nah, they do watch the show, so.
All right.
Everybody his friends.
Shut up.
You ain't got no friends.
You just mad because don't nobody like you. That's why you sitting in your closet right now by yourself.
Trapped in the closet.
Wow.
Stuck in the closet. All right.
Anyway, moving to the next topic.
Oh, oh,
Do y'all remember? Y'all remember Amy Cooper, the white lady that called the cops on the black bird watcher in Central Park? So apparently, there was a second 911 call on the same guy, whatever. After the whole incident that went viral, apparently she said that he tried to assault her on the second 911 call, and then when the police showed up, she was was like, nah. He didn't try to assault me or come close to me or whatever. She's actually doing court. Anyway, man. So this is crazy.
Yeah, she need to be locked the hell up.
yeah, she went all in on that. Like, I mean, she told him what she was going to do and then did it. I mean, that's just crazy.
I mean,
And how many police resources did she tie up with something like that?
I don't have no sympathy for people like that. Like, why the hell would you make up some shit that's gonna affect somebody's whole life? Like, you are the one that deserves that punishment.
Yep.
That's like crime. That's like, I mean, and then you got like the fake rape thing, and then you got guys out here that are, making up stories of being robbed when they rob themselves or something. It's a whole crazy ass dynamic. I think we're all nuts. I think everybody's crazy, including Ron, especially Ron.
She definitely deserves to be punished for that.
Yeah.
I don't have any sympathy for people like that.
This is like a dead subject.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, man, fuck her.
Yeah.
All right, Trent, what else you got for next?
Next.
So the next thing we got a few days ago, there was a rally, a Denver rally, and it was, I believe, it was a pro police rally, and then there was a counter demonstration. And at the time, there was a few news outlets were out there. One was KUSA, which is a CNN affiliate, and apparently their security guard they hired through a third party, Pinkerton security firm, whatever. They hired their security guard. Well, he ends up getting into it with this older white guy who was doing the protests and on the side of the police, whatever, rallying for the police, shall I say. And a couple things happened. They got into an argument. The older guy, he ends up, Mr. Keltner is the older guy. He ends up hitting the security guard, Mr. Dolph, in the face. That's when security guard pulls his gun, and the Mr. Keltner, he pulls pepper spray and starts spraying it, and that's when the security guard shot him dead.
They killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, killed him.
Damn.
One shot to the chest, center mass. I
Yep.
saw
And
the
so
whole video.
Yeah. So he's being held now. I believe he's being held on second-degree murder charge right now.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. The interesting thing about that is he's being held. He's being held accountable for that.
Yeah.
Kyle Rittenhouse, whatever his name is floating around through the system trying to get off. And they're letting him do this shit.
He ain't getting off though.
He's not going to get away with it.
I don't know, man.
They're not going to charge him in Wisconsin because he didn't have possession of the weapon in Wisconsin. He had possession, or not Wisconsin, Illinois. I'm sorry.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. They're trying. So Wisconsin is trying to extradite him back to the state to.
That's not gonna happen.
Convict him. However, Illinois, his lawyer is refusing to do so. He's fighting that. He wants him to be held in Illinois. In Illinois and charged in Illinois.
Well, Illinois already came out and said that they're not going to charge him because he didn't have possession of the weapon and the crime wasn't committed in that state.
But you get what I'm saying though, is
Right.
that if
And
Illinois doesn't charge him, right?
What are they going to charge him with?
Listen what I'm saying. If Illinois doesn't charge him, right, and then all of a sudden his lawyer continues to fight Wisconsin's extradition of Kyle Rittenhouse or whatever, then he's not going. When's the charges going to actually happen? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if Wisconsin puts a body attachment to a warrant for him, Illinois is going to have to turn him over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way it goes. I mean, the guy's wanted on felony murder.
Mm-hmm.
Is he not being held in Wisconsin?
No, he's in Illinois. He's back home.
Well,
So
yeah,
okay.
He needs to be charged.
yeah,
definitely.
he will. I have every confidence that he's going to be charged, accordingly. Now, whether or not he'll get off or whether or not, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we all
Well,
saw the Breonna Taylor
he's
shit.
been charged, but he's been charged though.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's been charged.
yeah, but I mean, like I said, he didn't have possession of the weapon in Illinois, which is where he lives and where the weapon was purchased and all that stuff. It actually belongs to his mother, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah,
Because he's not old enough to purchase one.
But she drove him across the state line with the
Exactly,
weapon,
right.
apparently, and she should be charged as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
he's
I
been-
agree with.
I
Yeah,
agree
totally
with that
agree
too.
with.
Like, what?
He's
the
been
hell?
charged with 6 criminal counts, including first degree intentional homicide. The thing in Illinois, that they're trying to get him with no gun charges in Illinois, but that's already been overturned. So he's not going to get anything in Illinois. They already overturned the gun charges, but he's still up for 6 counts, including first degree murder or
Right.
first degree intentional homicide.
Well, I could see that his lawyer is. I could see that if I wanted to get my client off, I would try to fight extradition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's not going to work.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So last topic we had, I know if you guys were watching. I'm pretty sure everybody on here was watching at least 1 or 2 days. But Donald Trump Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett, she
What a
faced
name.
Senate the questioning. She faced, and so it was a 2 or 3 day marathon of questions and everything like that. I'll say this was, in my opinion, this was definitely not as contentious as the Kavanaugh case. I think Democrats learned a lesson from that one. It was like, hey,
Right.
we're gonna play this because they know it's a losing case.
Right.
That's just my opinion. What do you guys think?
No, I think you're right on because I honestly think that Democrats realize that they have to kind of walk a tightrope, given the fact that they believe that the election is in the bag right now for the presidency. And I say just the presidency, but also the Senate and the House. If they can get all 3, I think they're just walking this tightrope right now, saying, hey, you know what, let's just stay the course for these couple of weeks. Yes, she may. And that's why you also heard Joe Biden on his town hall say he would not commit to whether or not he was going to pack the courts. And I found that quite interesting because he said, hey, we'll see what happens with this whole scenario. So to me, I think the Democrats are thinking that they got this election in the bag and they're going to turn some things around for this for the judicial system. But we'll see. I gotta turn it over to Crystal. Crystal, I know you was watching it. I know you've been tuned in. So what you thinking about that?
I mean, I do think they're walking a tightrope. I think that, they're trying to appeal to both sides of the house. The Democrats are, because of course they want to win the election. They don't want to come out and say, "Oh, we're going to pack the court if she wins the nomination."
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with her being nominated. I think that the Republicans are definitely trying to stuff her down our throats, especially with the election that is going on right now. And I don't think that's right. I think that, Merrick Garland in 2016 didn't get a chance to serve on the court, and that was like 8 months before the election with the same argument that, okay, with the election coming up, the people should decide who gets that Supreme Court seat.
Interesting. From my standpoint, I am happy that she was nominated. I think that I'm very happy with the pick that was made.
Are you against Roe v. Wade?
I do not believe in abortion. So, my biggest thing is that I had the biggest thing that I had a problem with is that it explicitly states in the Constitution that there will be no religious test for office of any kind.
Right.
And it seemed to me like I was watching a proceeding of the Salem witch trials. They were,
That's
you're
good.
Catholic and you're Catholicism. And what was it? Dianne Feinstein. The dogma lives loudly in you. The dogma, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you don't think that me being a judge and having been a judge for as long as I am, and I'm doing the third person Amy Coney Barrett thing, but as long as I don't have the capability nor the inclination to separate my intelligence from my duties.
But a Supreme Court justice should not, if you're an extremist religious person, I do not think you should be able to have that seat. I mean, your job is
the Constitution disagrees with you.
Your job is to uphold the law, and we have separation of church and state.
Yeah, that doesn't. Well, everybody practices some religion.
I get that, but when you're letting your religion dictate the law, that's where I have a problem.
Does anyone have any proof that she has ever let her religion dictate her Supreme Court rule or her rulings in the Seventh Circuit?
Well, the fact that she's hiding the fact that she belongs to an extremist religious organization,
but there's no religious.
Hid the fact that she had those meetings with those people, that shows. That's red flags.
They said the same thing to JFK when he was elected, and he put that to bed. The very first paragraph of his first inauguration speech speaks specifically to Catholicism and his practice of it.
But here's the thing, real quick. I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all's Shots Fired episode. My thing is this: who gives us the right to tell a woman what she can and cannot do?
Exactly. Nobody.
That's my biggest issue. Right, Trent, you can attest to this. When I ran for office, right, my main thing was, hey, I'm not here to sit here and announce whether or not I'm for or against abortion. But what I am for is a woman's right to choose to do what she wants to do. For if there was a law out there right now that told you, me, and Trent that we had to get snipped at a certain age, we would go fucking crazy.
Yeah, you would. We
would go crazy, and that's the thing. That's the imbalance that I see right now is we can sit here. We got old white men in these chairs sitting here saying, hey, women should not be able to do this and do that, because essentially, I'll look at it like this: if somebody's in my family is raped, right?
God forbid.
Yeah, knock on wood. If somebody in my family's raped, or they carry the baby and they're having medical complications and all this other stuff, what do we say then? Well, the baby's life is more important than the mother's, or you know what I'm saying? Like, who are we to sit up here and say, nah, you know what? Forget y'all's take on there a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? We don't care if you get raped. If you get raped, guess what? We're going to go ahead and just, you got to have the baby. Well, guess what? That rapist may be a criminal. And we talk about how a lot of stuff is passed on through genetics and all this other stuff. So their criminal mindset may be passed on to that child. Now you have another criminal. So I mean, I'm not using that as an excuse for, solely as a sole excuse, but it's just an example. And Trent, Doc, I know you were trying to say something.
Doc, Doc, there's also been, and I'll have to find the cases or whatever, but where if the baby is allowed to, to be born or whatever happens, if it's a rape case, right? And that particular rapist is not, arrested or charged or anything like that, then he can actually have rights to that baby or whatever, and can actually take it to the courts. That's actually happened before, right? And so and my thing is, I always hear a lot of people, and this is just I'm not talking about Rob or any particular, just other Republicans that I've talked to who say that they're for limited government. I have a lot of friends who are libertarians, whatever. They talk about limited government, but the one thing they dismiss is should the government have a right to a say when it comes to a woman's choice when it comes to abortion or whatever. Yeah. They are all about limited government until then.
Until it comes to women, and that's bullshit. I mean, as a woman myself, I don't even have kids, and I can't even get like an IUD. If I didn't want kids, I can't even get an IUD because I don't have any kids. Like, they will tell me, oh, well, you don't have any kids. You can't get an IUD. You can't get your tubes tied. That decision is not even up to me. Like, and that's bullshit. It should be up to me. If I don't want any kids, I should have a right not to have any kids. Like,
well, from my standpoint, I'm against, I'm against abortion, and I'm trying to find the words to kind of convey my thoughts here. Except for cases of rape and incest. Okay, in situations like that, and I actually know when I was a police officer in Darby, I actually grew up with the kid. I'm not going to name any names, but he actually did commit a rape, raped a woman. The woman got pregnant. He went to jail, and she had the kid, and she's doing fine, and so was the young man that was born. But it goes back to this. No, I don't believe that a man has a right to tell a woman what to do with her body. I do not believe that. But this is exactly the symptoms that we have going on right now in our culture, in our society, when we have a failure of knowledge, intellect, morals, ethics, and responsibilities. When you have a gigantic government like we have right now meddling in affairs that they should not be meddling in, you get situations like this. And so therefore, like I said, I do not believe that rape, in cases of rape and incest, that, abortion should be off the table. The same way that I don't believe that if, two people of the same sex want to get married, I don't think the government has a say in that. If you want to get married, you should be able to.
So why push for
who's pushing?
So why nominate a Supreme Court justice that is going to dictate those decisions
because
for the American
everyone
citizens?
has an opinion, and then take her opinion, to take Amy Coney Barrett's decision or her religion or what she believes away from her is about probably the most un-American thing that I could possibly think of.
I don't mind that she has a religion. I don't mind that she's a Catholic. What I mind is when she pushes those beliefs that she has on other people.
Can you give me an example?
Who may not have those beliefs.
Can you give me an example of one case where you think that she pushed her religious beliefs on someone else?
Well, she's not the Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, I can.
But she did. There was a case where she said the N-word, somebody saying the N-word in the workplace doesn't constitute a hostile environment.
And that's bullshit.
Okay, I mean,
that to me right there, that gives everybody right now. I guarantee you, people sat back and said, "Oh, shit! If she gets on, I'm going to go ahead and start using the N-word at work." And you got some people that's like that.
And I'm sure human resources is foaming at the mouth right now.
And guess what?
But
guess what?
I mean, they can do that. They're going to get them consequences. What's going to happen? They're going to get them hands. So
exactly. There you go, Trent. Yeah.
So how does that not constitute a hostile environment? I mean, that's my thing. Did she say, was that her beliefs based on her own beliefs? Most likely, yes.
Yeah, okay,
because any one of us would sit here and disagree with that statement.
So she doesn't agree with you on one situation in one case.
It wasn't just one situation in one case. When they were doing her hearings, there was a lot of things that I didn't particularly care for that she said. She wouldn't own up to the fact that if Donald Trump loses the election, that there would, if there's not a peaceful transfer of power, that she would stand behind that. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Yeah, that's a concern.
Yeah, that was a lob to her too, and she failed on that part, bro.
But the thing about it though is it doesn't fall to the Supreme Court. The only time that falls to the Supreme Court is if there's a contention of the election itself.
Yeah,
not whether or not there's a peaceful transfer of power. That's not her wheelhouse.
He's talking. But see, Donald Trump is saying all of the above that we're talking about.
Well,
he's already setting the stage to say that.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with her? This is the one thing that I have picked up about.
If it goes to the Supreme Court and there's a 6-3 ruling, then of course it comes up to her or whatever. Or if it's a 5-4 ruling. Of course, it's gonna come down to her. What do you mean? That's just everything.
But Trent, you have to understand something, that these judges are not beholden to the presidents that have nominated them to the positions. All you have to do is go back.
They didn't used to be.
Go back and take a look at Chief Justice Kennedy. Kennedy ruled in favor of Obamacare and made it a tax, and he was appointed by a Republican. He was the deciding.
I'll give you that on Justice Kennedy. Justice Kennedy definitely. He didn't uphold to what when he was chosen by the Bush administration, whatever. They expected him to uphold the certain things, whatever. He didn't, but Rob, you agree with at least one of those, which is the right for everyone to get married. So I mean, is that really too far off of of a conservative? I guess for a good majority of the conservatives, I hear a lot of conservatives that are like, I don't care if gay people get married. And so I don't know if. But I agree. There have been a couple of things that Justice Kennedy has definitely pissed off the conservative side about being the ruling case. But he's definitely the exception to the rule. And
so
I tell you what. Look, we got to move.
We could come back to this.
What we're gonna do is, this is a good topic. Yeah. This is a good topic. The Amy, what's her name? Comey
Barrett.
Yeah, that's a name for you, ain't it?
Well,
ACB.
The notorious ACB.
All right, so
hell no, we are not going to give her that name. No.
Nah, you can't do that, player. So what we're gonna do, man? We're gonna be right back after this quick message from our sponsor. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back. Thank y'all. Like I said, check out Shades of Faces. Check out Recovery Athletics for your attire necessities. Look, man, we got to jump right into this topic, man. And one of the things, I had a friend of mine that reached out to me a couple days ago. Good college buddy of mine, ROTC together and everything like that. And he brought up some good points about, what do your loyalties lie with your friends, right? What's the difference between friends and associates? And it had me thinking, like I don't like none of y'all motherfuckers.
Well, alrighty then.
I don't like neither one. I don't like none of y'all. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all cool. No, but for real talk. I think
we all leaving this show. We all leaving this show.
Yeah.
Ryan gonna be on here by himself.
Is there a backhand button on this council? You know what I mean?
No, but for real, the question is, where does your friendships and your loyalty lie? Is the things that your friends do for you, is it reciprocated, or the things that you do for your friends, do they do it for you? That's the topic right now that we want to talk about, especially in 2020. It's a lot of people struggling, right? A lot of friends hit you up and say, hey, you got some money? Can I borrow some money? You send them a couple dollars. The question is, do they do it the same thing for you? And I open the floor to everybody. I got all four of us on the screen, so y'all can talk about it freely. But the question is, where does loyalty lie within friendships?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, when I was a kid, I had a very big problem. I was socially awkward when I was a kid.
Bro, you're socially awkward now.
Shut your ass up. All right? Shut it up. But you rotten bastard. So
there you go.
Where's my air support? I need air support. No,
he was waiting to use that one.
Yeah, he was.
That was the right time right there.
I was socially awkward to the point where I had friends and stuff like that, but my biggest problem is that I didn't know how to categorize friendship as far as breaking it down. What were the qualities that I looked for in a friend and what made them my friend and how to keep that friendship. And so therefore I just kind of started dealing with everybody as associates, and the ones that I naturally gravitated towards, that I'm still friends with today, became some of my closest friends. And I have one friend that I hadn't seen since I was 16 years old, and I just saw him for the first time 2 years ago. That's a span of over 25 years. And guess what? When I saw him 2 years ago, it was like we were 16 again. Yeah. And we've maintained friendship and contact with each other. Whereas I've got people that call themselves my friends, I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them.
Yeah. I think trust is a big factor in friendship. I mean, you have to be able to trust that person with your secrets. You have to, be able to, I'm not going to say depend on them, but if you're going through something and you pick up the phone, you expect somebody that's your friend to be there to listen. And I don't look at friendship as anything I do for you, I expect it to be reciprocated to me.
But why not?
Because if you're doing something to expect something in return, then you're not doing it genuinely. I mean, to me, that just goes into my morality as a friend. If I do something for you, it's not because I expect something in return.
I got you.
I agree with you.
I got you. But I think at some point you want a motherfucker to be like, hey, I got you. You know what I'm saying? You want to have that assurance.
Yeah.
That hey, this Bama going to look out for me. You know what I'm saying? And my boy John, man, his name John Mabry. You know what I'm saying? And this is the one that brought this topic up. And he's like, yo, y'all need to talk about this on the show. My boy John Mabry, man, we met when I was a sophomore in college, right? To this day, we still tight. You know what I mean? And, you know, I think friendships are different when it comes to men and women, right? I've had this conversation with some of my female friends in the past where they say, hey, look, you know, I got to talk to my girlfriends every day, right? Yeah. A lot of us dudes, we like, yo, I ain't got to talk to you for however long, you know, it could be 2-3 weeks. I ain't got to talk to you. When you hit me up, we gonna shoot the shit. We're going like,
last thing I want to do is be all up in your greasy ass face every day, you know, with your hot ass breath. And nah, I'm good, man. We could talk over the phone, shoot text messages. We'll catch up. You know what I mean? Right. That's why Trent's on the daggone call in now, because I'm tired of looking at his damn face. So
y'all consider yourselves friends?
I don't know what Trent is, but Trent's a lot of things, but you know.
I'll say this, y'all. I'll say this. I'll say this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore that dig from Rob. But I'll say this: for years I was kind of like Rob, you know, growing up. You know, I was socially awkward. I was a nerd. But I was kind of what you call like a floater.
Nah, you was a nerd. I'm not no nerd. I wasn't no nerd. Yeah, you call yourself a nerd there, champ.
Well, the first thing I said was I was socially awkward, which I was equating to you. So, you know. Okay. But then I added more to it. So, anyway.
Oh, so both of y'all were socially awkward growing up.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, so add on. I was also a nerd, right? But I was what you call a floater. Like I was cool with everybody, but I didn't have any like super close friends, you know. Like when I go back home for Thanksgiving, you know, there's probably one or two cats from high school that I still catch up with. So like my entire, the majority of my entire adult life, right, it was really kind of just like me. You know what I mean? So I got so used to being on my own and taking care of myself that, you know, when I started actually having mature friendships, I'll say this: when I started having mature friendships, then it was kind of hard for me to like if somebody do something nice for me. It was kind of hard for me to even accept that, to be like, all right, cool, like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be like. I didn't know what a true, you know, back and forth friendship type thing was. It took you know the latter part of my adult life for me to get used to that. You know what I mean? And I'm still struggling with things like that.
Yeah.
You know, because for a majority of my life, I didn't have those relationships, you know, that I could feed off of. So,
you know, it's interesting because. Oh, my bad, Crystal.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you started.
Nah, you know, it's interesting because Trent and I known each other for a while.
So that's the problem.
No. But he don't come to my birthday parties.
Oh.
I've never been invited to your birthday party.
Oh.
Ooh.
Open invite. You been to the house once? Open invite. Nah, just playing with you, man. Chris, what you saying?
No, I think it goes back to... Yeah, your upbringing and how you carry your friendships throughout life. I mean, y'all say females are different in friendships. You have to talk every day. Well, I'm not that type of friend. Like I have one best friend. Well, I have a few good friends. I have one particular who I call my best friend. She's my best friend, Tiffany.
Shout out to Tiffany.
Shout out to Tiffany Saunders.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hey.
My BFF. No, we grew up together. I mean, literally.
Oh, you know Tiffany?
Our families actually grew up together because her family lived next door to my family. So when we were like infants, we got introduced to each other. So we've been there in each other's lives, you know, our whole life. Like, that's one person who has been there from the very beginning, but I don't talk to her every day. But when we do talk, you know, she doesn't get on me for, oh, you haven't called, or I don't get on her. It's like nothing happened.
So here's the thing. I you know, it's funny you say that because around the room real quick, how many friends do you consider, how many people do you consider your real friends? How many people? Off the top of your head, just tell me a number.
3.
3 for Rob.
I'll say 5.
Trent 6. Say 5. I'm not one of them, but all right. Rob,
you are one of them. Fool, you are on that list. Shut up. I wouldn't be doing this show if I wasn't your friend.
I have a good amount. I'd say about 6 or 7 people I consider really good friends of mine.
And I say 4. And the fact of the matter is, you have friends that you know gonna hold you down, right?
Yeah.
Who's gonna help you out in the time of need. Rob, I got you on that list. Trent, I got you on that list. My boy John, out in well, he live out here, but he from Mississippi. My boy John Mabry and my boy Garrett. Those are your main peoples that's gonna hold you down. You know what I'm saying? A matter of fact, I forgot one. Demetrius. Y'all know Demetrius.
Yeah.
Demetrius. Demetrius gonna hold it down.
Mississippi.
You know what I'm saying? Those 5 gonna hold me down if something happen. You know what I mean? Everybody else, and no offense to everybody else that's watching the show or whatever like that, y'all cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing against you. It's just we never been in a situation to where I've had to count on you or you count on me, and I can really judge the impact of our friendship. You know what I mean? So
There's different tiers, I think, of friendship too. I think, like Robert mentioned, the whole like acquaintances and stuff like that, right? But you've got people who are like you said, Doc. You got people that like that's the people that's gonna hold you down, blah blah blah, right? But then you got those other friends that are like the kind of like acquaintances / friends where like if you hit them up, be like, hey, let's go, get dinner or get brunch or whatever. They're like, all right, cool, let's do it. I'm down, like whenever, and they'll talk. You can talk to them about relationship stuff and things like that.
Yo,
But those aren't the
hold up,
people-
hold. Slow your roll there, champ.
no.
Slow your roll there, champ. Did you just say that you go to brunch with one of your homeboys?
What's wrong with that?
Yo, who the
I said-
fuck goes to brunch with their homie?
What is wrong
First of
with
all-
that?
What do you mean? What's
First
with?
of all-
No, yeah, I'm talking to you.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
First of all, ain't nothing wrong with going to brunch with your homeboys. I'm gonna tell you that. I also have a decent amount of female friends as well, but ain't nothing wrong with going to brunch with your homeboys. I don't know where you got that from.
Trent,
Hey,
because that's where all the girls be at anyway.
No. I'm just.
That's
I
where
just
all
got
girls be at anyway.
Listen, I just got a problem.
So-
I just got a problem seeing Trent sitting at the table drinking mimosas with another dude.
Who said
I'm
they gotta
just saying,
drink
though.
mimosas?
You know what I mean? I'm just
It's
saying,
so
though.
fun.
IJS. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
If you ain't done it, don't knock it until you try it. Matter of fact, hey, next weekend, that's what we doing. We getting brunch before this show. We gonna get some mimosas.
I don't know if I can hang if I do brunch because I'll get torn up.
Love mimosas. You better not.
Oh,
come
you
at
be?
mimosas.
Oh, Crystal be drunk off of mimosas.
Yeah.
I'll drink like 20 mimosas. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
You said 20?
Damn. Did you say 20?
Oh my God.
Shit.
I love mimosas.
I do too, Crystal. I do too.
I don't know. I mean, I got family members that just take the friendship thing to the extreme, and they're just always miserable because they're trying to juggle all these different personalities. You know what I mean? And all your friends are different, just like, you're different from all your friends. But, you got one guy over here that's high strung. You got a homeboy over here that's just a complainer about everything. You got another friend over here that you can't rely on them for shit. But, if you ever want to pick up the phone and just get something off your chest, that's the guy to talk to because he's a good listener. It might not be good for much else. To me, it was like I just kind of cut all that out and I associate with people, but I put people on my list that I know that I can count on and they can count on me.
I think also friendship has its ebbs and flows. I mean, have you been in a situation in your life where where it showed people's true colors?
Oh, yeah.
So I have been in a situation where I was on very hard times, and it opened my eyes to who really
I have a
was.
hard time believing that.
You know what?
I know
There's
you.
a story.
There's not a hard time in your life. You look pretty.
people
pretty
that-
nice right now. You know what I mean?
The people
Chilling.
that really know me.
She got the car. She got the house. She got the. I mean, you look like you're doing pretty daggone nice right about now.
The diamond encrusted
Yeah.
Tesla.
I'm just saying.
The people that
I've never seen anything
That's
like
nice.
it.
the bling bling. You know what I mean?
the
I'm just
people
saying.
that really know me, trust me, the people that really, really know me know that I didn't come from shit. Like I was pawning shit every week in the pawn shop to get through school. I was living in a house, not even a house, a townhouse with no electricity, no heat for like 3 months. And
Damn.
and trust me, the people that know me know that I didn't come from shit. I worked my ass off to get to where I'm at. And
You should be proud of that.
I am proud of that.
Yeah.
I am proud of that. But the people that rocked with me during that time, you know, those were my friends. The people that was like, you know, fuck you, or, oh, well, you know, you got to do this X, Y, and Z for me if you want me to help you out. Like, that was eye-opening to me.
Pull yourself up from your bootstraps.
That's not gonna save you, man.
I'm talking about the water.
Yeah, the water ain't gonna save you.
I just poured some more in my cup too, but God damn.
I completely agree with you, Crystal. I really did. Like, there was like when I first got divorced, like the hardest thing about going from having all the money in the world to having no money or just being on your own is losing and shirking. Like, everybody tells you that the hardest thing in the entire world is to get successful. That's not true. It's actually not that hard to be successful. The hardest thing in the entire world is going from having everything to having nothing.
Yeah.
That is the hardest. I mean, it's the hardest point in my life, and I've been in combat several times, and I would not want to go through that divorce again. I was still living a life with $11 in my bank account, like I was living a life when I had $2.3 million in my bank account. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute.
So,
wait a minute.
You know, I'm out here flossing.
Can I
and
hold
spending-
a dollar?
Here you go.
Player,
As
please, can I hold a dollar, man?
As I'm sitting in his house right now, you know what I mean?
Player,
Like,
can I
asking me
hold
for
a
money.
dollar?
I need to ask you for some money.
2.3 mil.
Shit. Oh yeah, that was nothing. But anyway, you know, with all that being said, like, I was still living that lifestyle. Nigga, you broke. Or I'm sorry, excuse me. But I was telling myself, I had to
delete.
I had to tell myself several times, you ain't got it like that. You know what I mean? And that was hard. I had to give my dog up because I couldn't afford to feed both of us at the same time.
I had to give my two
Hold
dogs up
on. Did he?
back in the
You
day.
gave your dog up?
I had to.
Oh, I thought you said you cooked your dog up. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What the hell just happened here?
What?
Yo, my
That's
kids,
like,
my
I forgot
kids
what
are
was
probably
going on.
watching this show. I did not cook Khan. All right? My dog's name is Khan. I did not cook Khan. All right.
They like, wait, what?
Wait.
You told us he was on a farm.
That spaghetti we ate that day that he died.
It was.
Say
Was
something
it
about-
really him?
I couldn't stop barking for a week after I ate that spaghetti.
Oh man! But look, before we move on, I got to tell this story, right? I got to tell this story of how sometimes misunderstandings can lead to failed friendships, right? Yeah. And it takes people as adults, mature adults, to understand that there was a misunderstanding, and you move forward and you become friends again, right? Or you rekindle your friendship.
Yeah.
My boy Anchor, man. Right, me and my boy Anchor been tight since motherfucking freshman year of college. The first person I met when I got to Ole Miss, the first black person I met when I got there, and we was tight from then. He's from New Orleans. We was tight, and you know, over the years, you know, we've kind of, you know, I moved. When I got transferred up to DC from Tampa for my job, you know, he was one that said, "Hey, you could come live with me in my townhouse. I got another roommate, but you come stay with me until you figure out what you want to do." Cool, did that. Went on our separate ways, got my house. He did his thing. And once that happened, it was like the friendship just kind of faded away, right? Didn't talk, misunderstandings, you know, a lot of he said, she said type shit. You know what I'm saying? Friends from college hitting us up saying, "Hey, have you talked to this person? Have you talked to your boy? I thought y'all was tight. Y'all used to be road dogs. Y'all used to go everywhere together. You could see me in the club, Anchor right there with me. You know what I'm saying? If I was if we go to New Orleans, I'm with Anchor. Man, I repped he had a music group, Get 'em Boys, right? From New Orleans. I was a part of that. I made myself part of that. And I was with him. I was rocking with it. That's how tight we was.
Yeah.
You know, and over the years, we became distant, right? Just because of misunderstandings.
Yeah.
And it took for us to sit down and have a talk and say, hey, man, this is what I thought. This is what it really was. And understand that, you know, hey, all that's washed to the side. It's passé.
Yeah.
And we move forward. And now we're tight again. You know, that's the kind of stuff that should happen in a lot of friendships, right? Because a lot of people feel that, you know, hey, just because you have an argument or to misunderstand it, it's done. It's over. And that's the next thing you know, that person may die. And then you never get to say what you had to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That, and quite frankly, he had sent me an article of a person that we knew while we were in college whose body was found in Louisiana. He's dead. And, you know, I knew him. I rocked with him here and there. You know what I'm saying? Anger knew him. He rocks with him. But we haven't talked to him. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know what a lot of people are dealing with unless you actually reach out to him and talk to him and clear up any confusion. So I challenge you. I'm looking at the camera. Anybody out there with friends or people that you used to call friends and you had situations where you misunderstood them, or reach out to them. Reach out to them and see if you can clear it up. If it's done, it's done. But see if you can at least try to rekindle that friendship. Because I tell you what, you're here today and you're gone tomorrow. Yeah. And that's the most important thing, because life is very, very short. Mm-hmm. And anybody that's on this panel, we've all lost somebody close to us, either a family member or a friend. And we know exactly how hard it is when you don't get to say the last little things that you want to say to clear up any confusion or whatever like that before they go away.
Real right.
And a lot of it is really misunderstandings. A lot of it is really just a misunderstanding, miscommunication, for sure.
I just said that.
Yeah.
And it's also.
I was co-signing, bro. I saw co-signing.
Yeah. Also,
can I co-sign?
Yeah, you co-sign, man. Go ahead, man. I'm just messing with you, dog.
Yeah, Crystal.
No, I was gonna say also sometimes we just get so wrapped up in our own lives. Like, I'm really bad at reaching out to people.
Yeah.
I know that I'm really bad at that.
Sometimes life gets in the way.
And
well, see, so here's the thing. You can't use that excuse.
yeah.
You can't use that excuse that life gets in the way. Everybody has something to deal with. People are dealing with anxiety and depression, suicidal thoughts, a lot of things that people are dealing with. But you have to take a moment. Let me tell you something. If you could take 5 seconds to sit up here and look at that gossip shit that's on YouTube or that gossip shit that's on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever, and sit there and crack up about that kind of stuff, you can take those 5 seconds to reach out to somebody that you used to call a friend or that you call a friend and check up on them.
Absolutely.
You're right. And
I'm going to co-sign that too.
Excuse.
I'm going to co-sign that too.
Yeah.
You sound like somebody's grandfather right now.
Right, I'm a cool
if you can do that, you can do this. If you can do that. Like, I'll tell you from my standpoint real quick is that me and my brother, because my family suffers
I'm spitting
from
all over the damn mic.
Yeah, that's you. That's your mic.
Yeah. Can we get some
You keep that mic over there.
Over here.
No, but back to what I was saying. Like me and my brother, we're trying to break generational curses because in my family we have a really bad habit of holding grudges. My family is notorious for it. If I remember something that happened in 3rd grade, and if I ever see the dude, like it's gonna be like from 3rd grade, dude. Really? Like why is that still in my heart like that? And I'm 45 years old, you know. And I'm being honest and 100%
Damn, bro, I thought
real.
you were 65.
See? Yeah. See? Just to let y'all know, that's not my gun. That's not me shooting them shots. But you know, I got family members that over something stupid we stopped talking. And all sorts of stuff. Our family reunions just are whack. You know what I mean? And we need to, and just like you just said a minute ago, we need to knock that shit off.
Yeah.
Real rap. Or it's just never going to work.
You need to, it's kind of like the saying goes, you forgive not for the other person, you forgive somebody for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's powerful right there. You forgive somebody for yourself.
Yeah.
Say it again, Chris. Say it one more time.
You forgive somebody for yourself so that when you go to bed at night, you don't have that grudge or that hatred on your heart. And I truly believe that. I mean, I've had to forgive friends and family for some of the most difficult situations that people would be like, well, how did you do that? And I had to do it for me. Because I didn't want to grow up fucked up. Yeah. I didn't want to grow up with that on my heart. I wanted to grow up and have a a good relationship with my family and my friends, and I wanted to go through life with that peace on my heart. And if I held that grudge or held that hatred and if I didn't forgive those people, I probably wouldn't be the person who I am today.
We all like the person that you are today. So I'm glad that you did what you did.
Thank you.
I don't.
Well, you don't like
Well,
yourself.
with the exception of Ron.
Ron's
Thank
mad at himself all the time. All the mirrors
Ron
in his
woke up
bathroom
mad.
are spray painted black.
Hey, Rob. Hey,
Yo.
Rob and Crystal. He woke up mad. Y'all see that text message?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like,
Want to be here 1 o'clock.
Why don't you climb into
Like,
bed and get
hey,
out
you
on the other
good?
side? Yeah, you all right this morning?
Anyway, look, we'll carry this conversation on to our overtime segment. If y'all don't know about the overtime segment, for the people that are watching, if you're new, we have an overtime segment where we do let the conversation continue, and we bring all these topics that we talked about and your comments that you left on Facebook Live. We bring it back. All right, so make sure y'all tune into that, because, like I said, that's one of the things we want to talk about. We're going to talk about Amy Coney Barrett, and we're going to talk about this Friends conversation in about 30 minutes when we come back with the other segment, but let the conversation continue.
It's the Well of the Week with Rob.
Yo, this week's Wow of the Week, Atlantic City, New Jersey. Give a shout out to Atlantic City PD out there. They just get pay attention. Make sure you pay attention to the clip.
You know fucking what? Don't leave me alone, don't hurt me. Pull me back. Pull me back. Huh? Okay. Don't hurt.
You're good, bro. All right, man. You're good, man.
You're good, bro. You're good. Come on, you're good.
Yo.
You're good.
You're okay.
You're good.
bro.
All right?
Okay.
You're good.
Relax, bro. We're here for you. Okay? We're here. No, I can't. Because I love you. All right? He's right here.
It's right here. It's fine.
Even though I don't know you, I love you. All right? We're here to help you.
Receive 03 Alpha, they have the mail at 2119.
We're not going to hurt him.
15 here to bring him down to 56.
And life is still going to go in. Okay? Hang on. So we're going to make sure everything's okay.
Can I get a round of applause for Atlantic City PD? I mean, what you just sat here and what you just saw was this gentleman was upset, and he was standing on the 6th floor of the Clarendon Casino parking garage. And when the police officers had him surrounded, this man stood up and went to throw himself off the top of the building, and one of those police officers jumped over the edge and grabbed him. And his partner grabbed him, the other police officer. And that's when he was screaming, Paul, pull me back, pull me back. It was two people dangling over the edge. That cop was going over the edge with that dude. And what you just watched was this man these police officers pull this man back and save his life. But the real kicker of the thing in the end is the man says to the police officer, why'd you do that? Why'd you save me? And you know what that cop looked at him and said? A white police officer looked at that black man and said, because I love you.
Let me tell you something. That's powerful. That's
Man,
powerful.
I got tears in my eyes just talking about it. You know what I mean? Like,
you gonna
that
cry now?
is-
You gonna cry?
I mean, I'm serious, man. Like real rap, real shit. I wore the uniform for almost 18 years. Like that's powerful fucking shit right there. Like, you know, that's somebody that's willing to give he was going over the edge with that guy. You know what I mean? And he brought him back and he told him, because I told him on like 2-3 times, I love you. And he doesn't know that man from a can of paint. These are the police officers that we pay these exorbitant salaries to and give them great benefit packages. And we put these badges on their chest and these guns on their hips. And these are the people that we trust with our lives. You know, to come out and to just, I'm not saying that every police officer's got to be willing to do something like that. If that guy had a jump, that would have been his responsibility, and the cop would have just wrote the report and went 10-8. But you had somebody that actually looked that man in his face at his lowest time in his entire life.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You preaching today,
And
baby.
tell him,
You preaching today,
because
Rob.
I love you.
Rob, you preaching today.
That should be
It's
shown
not-
at every academy. In every academy, that should be shown.
That right there is the reason why we are safe in this country. The rule of law exists in this country. And as an American, we respect each other no matter what, because it doesn't matter the color of your skin. You got somebody that's willing to go to bat for you no matter what. And it can come from anywhere.
So it goes to say that there's good cops out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's cops out there that don't care about what you look like.
And they need to be dealt with. And they need to be dealt with.
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the bad thing. I thought you were talking. Yeah. He said
opposite.
something good, and then I thought automatically he was going to something bad.
Come back with
But
it.
yeah. I got you. But yeah,
No.
But yeah, I mean, and I think it doesn't matter if it's a cop or if it's, you know, a teacher or whoever. That just goes to show that there are good people out there in this world and there are bad people.
well,
And-
with all the bad press and everything that's going on right now,
Yeah.
the defunding and the rioting and stuff like that, like this right here points to the fact that good cops do exist.
yeah,
They do exist.
They definitely do exist.
I'm not saying, and I'm all against, and we'll talk about this a little later on. I'm all against the hero worship shit. You know what I mean? And just because you got a badge automatically makes you, you know, Doctor Who, and you can do whatever the hell you want to do. There's a lot of cops out there that, you know, that are just assholes. But this dude right here, he put that, he took the badge off, took the gun belt off, and put his ass on the line.
But we definitely need more examples.
Absolutely.
Of that. I mean,
Absolutely. You want to show all the fucking bad? Show the good.
Yeah,
You want to show the bad? Show the good.
yeah, we definitely need more examples of that.
That's the wow of the week.
Did you say Doctor Who?
Yeah, what's the matter with I like Doctor Who.
Okay, so you came at me earlier about being a nerd, bro. Dr.
Oh, wait
Who
a second.
is
Yo, wait a second,
loved
man.
by-
Yo, how
is
you
loved
going
by
to... Yo,
nerds.
don't come for my neck,
I
man.
was a nerd too, believe it or
Doctor
not,
Who
in
is
middle
loved by
school.
nerds, so don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't act like you wasn't no nerd. Come on.
You know,
Actually,
what
I
else
was-
is loved
I
by
know you was
I
a
was
nerds?
a nerd.
Having mimosas with your homeboy on Sunday at 10 o'clock at the local golf club.
Hey, me and you, we gonna do that one day. Watch. Me and you. We gonna have-
and I bet you he'll want to go every weekend. Trent.
And he gonna wanna go
He'll
every
want to go every weekend.
I've
because
had
look,
breakfast at Tiffany's
so look,
before.
Rob, you can take a cigar. You can take a cigar and you can smoke your cigar.
The mimosas will have him feeling all sexy, like, oh.
we going to Tender Box.
Time out. Wait a minute.
Wait, I'm sorry. What you say, Crystal?
I said
Wait a minute.
the mimosas will have him feeling all sexy, have him
Well,
feeling
I don't want
himself.
him doing that around me.
Yo, after today's conversation, Trent, if I were you, I wouldn't say nothing else.
Don't bring up that conversation.
I would just let that go, homeboy.
I'm not saying he's gonna feel sexy for you. I'm just saying he's gonna feel himself after.
Don't nobody want to see him twirling in the street
1,
after
2, 3
drinking 20
mimosas.
mimosas.
Thanks, Crystal. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Anyway,
I can't with you guys, man. I can't.
All right. That was,
Yeah, I need my union. I need my
you know, I
union
lost
rep.
my train of thought.
Yeah.
I was about to say something.
I need my
And-
union rep.
You need
This is a hostile work
a
environment.
lot of boy. You need a lot of boy. All right.
It's confession time with Trent B.
all right, everybody. So, confession of the week. The confession letter we got. It's here we go. What's up, fellas and Miss Chris? I've been in a situation where my mom and I are not getting along. Over the past few years, we have disagreed and grown distant. I love my mom and would like her to be a part of my children's and my life, but we just don't see eye to eye. I need help on how to get past this for the betterment of my family and my relationship with my mom.
So you know what? It's interesting that this came up because the topic for today was talking about friends and loyalty, and when in Crystal, you kind of went on that when you was talking about family members and stuff like that, right? So it kind of plays into that. But essentially, what they need to do is put all that stuff to the side.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Put it to the side because, like I said it earlier today. You're here today and you're gone tomorrow. For many people that don't know, my father passed away in 2011, and I remember vaguely telling him that I was gonna call him right back. I was like, Dad, I'm gonna call you right back. I gotta do something. I ain't had nothing to do. I just being young.
Just being you.
Yeah, being me. I had I was like, I'm gonna call you right back. I'm gonna call you right
That's
back.
bad enough.
And then the next day, I got the phone call that he passed away. And the thing is, people don't realize is that when you have family members like your mom brought you into this world.
Yeah.
Player or playette. I don't know if it's female, male. Your mom brought you into this world. Treat her like the queen she's supposed to be treated. Because she had to carry you for 9 months, player.
Yeah.
And she had to feed you for 18 years, playette.
Yeah.
Treat her like that. I don't care what qualm you have, what issues you may have with her. Put it to the side.
Exactly.
Come to the table, break bread. That's always key. That's always key. Break bread.
Yep.
Have a conversation and get past it.
And
Because you player or playette are hindering your children from getting to know their grandmother.
Yeah. And do it for yourself. Even if y'all don't see eye to eye, you have to forgive your parents regardless of any fucked up shit. I mean, I'm not saying there are some circumstances I could see that you don't have to forgive a parent for, but your parents aren't perfect. They're human just like everybody else. They fuck up, they make mistakes. You know, they may say things they don't mean. They may do things, out of spite sometimes, but they're your parents at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, when they're not here and you're still here, you're going to have to live with that fact of how your relationship was while they were here. And if you did something to hinder that relationship, you're going to have to live with that. That's why I said forgive while people are here. Forgive them.
Send the flowers while they can still get them
Exactly.
or still smell them. I mean, my
You gotta
father
take it
passed
step
away.
by step. Go ahead, Rob. My bad.
My dad passed away in 2014. It just so happens that before my dad passed away, he knew how I felt about him, and a lot of times, especially, as you're growing older and things, you fail to realize that your parents are people too.
Yeah.
When you're a kid and you're looking at your mom and dad, you think that they're larger than life and that they can do no wrong. And then as you get older, you're like, that's pretty fucked up, Mom. How would you say so? How could you say something like that? Or,
Like you kissed me after you left and did what?
Yeah, what the I
If you didn't catch that one, shame on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back, rewind, rewind the podcast and listen to it again. No, but I mean, I just like my brother. Like for example, my brother got killed in 2008 on his motorcycle. Now, my brother was younger than me, and so I could not imagine. I was here from this very first day that he stepped foot in this world, and then for me to wake up one day and realize that he's no longer here. You understand what I mean? So there's a lot of things I never had a chance to say to my brother that I wish I could have while he was still alive, while we were still adults. But, just like Ron said, it's water underneath the bridge. Have your kids get to know their grandmother and just let it go. Let it go. I'm telling you, life is way too short for this shit. It really is. Because at the end of the day, you're going to regret it. I promise you, you're going to regret it.
Yeah, you will. And then, just even if y'all don't see eye to eye, do it for the kids. Like, you want them to have a relationship with their grandmother. And just keep that in the back of your mind. That's why you're doing it. And at the end of the day, yes, I'm sure regardless of what you and your mother don't see eye to eye on, that's still your mother and you still love her. Mm-hmm. And you need to put that at the forefront of the relationship.
Trent was gonna. What was Trent?
Well, I was gonna say, man, it's also gonna take steps too. It's not gonna turn around, next day or whatever. And I agree with Doc about sitting down and having the conversation. But after that, everything might not be hunky dory, right? But you've got to literally go, and work at it, whatever. And unless it's detrimental to your life or your kid's life, I honestly don't see any reason why there should be a disconnect
really shouldn't.
between a a parent and their child. You know, me and my dad, man, for years we didn't have, you know, a great relationship, man. It took years, you know what I'm saying, for us to build an actual relationship. And also, you know, and it took me having to have conversations with him. And it took both honesty from my dad's point of view and my point of view, right? For us to be like, all right, cool, you know, I understand where you were coming from. You know, and then, you know, and then after that kind of took, you know, time to kind of work for that, you know, but if there's nothing that's detrimental to your life or your kid's life, you just got to work at it, man. And I know you said it in this letter that you love your mom and you want her to meet your kids. You just got to work at it, man. You know, step by step, small conversations here, text messages here, things like that, you know, and try to find common ground with whatever it is. That's my opinion, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, hey, like I said, hopefully they figure that out.
Or you could just drive by your parents' house and kick the kids out into the curb while you're still rolling and say, I'll be back to pick him up in a couple hours. Go on.
Peace out.
Yep.
All right. Look, man. So, like I said, don't go nowhere. We're going to wrap this segment up, and then we're going to come right back to you within the next 2 seconds. All right. Trent B, man, how can they reach you, man, if they need to find you?
You can find me on Instagram at the Trent B5.
Does it work? Is the question.
No.
Dang,
Exactly.
Chris.
No.
I didn't expect that from you.
Big player Rob, how can they reach you, player?
Donkey Faces. Donkey Faces. You can reach me on Instagram at Donkey Faces. You can reach me on Twitter at Horse Faces. And you can reach me on Facebook.
Bro. That's it.
At Facebook.
Oh, my bad. What's your Facebook, though?
Never mind. You can reach me here at Comfortable Being Uncomfortable.
Miss Chris, I don't want no weirdos in your inbox. So how can they reach you?
You can reach me at Miss Chris 757, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just don't call me on Facebook Messenger at 2 or 3 in the morning, 5 times in a row. Because you will get cussed out.
Oh.
You will get cussed out.
Ouch.
And that's what Doc be doing. Doc be calling me all the time. Like, man, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, bro.
Yep. Well, that's because you're a vampire. You don't sleep.
No, he don't.
I
Doc don't
call
sleep.
him.
Doc don't sleep, bro.
I don't. I'm sorry. Something wrong with me.
Been saying that for how many years now?
He's an alien.
Yeah.
Fuck all y'all. Since Crystal, you too. Since y'all want to sit up here and call me an alien. Anyway, you can reach me on Instagram at DocRJ.5. You can reach me on Twitter at RJSpeaks100. Hey, look, check it out. We got over 1,000 followers on Facebook, man, but y'all can still follow us on Facebook at comfortable2uncomfortable.talk. I need all of my people who are followers of Facebook to go over to our Instagram and follow us there as well to get over 1,000 followers on Instagram at comfortable2uncomfortable.talk. You can check out all these videos, all the short videos, pranks, all these other good things. All you have to go to YouTube and go to at Comfortable Being Uncomfortable, the podcast, one word. All right. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're coming right back to you. So stay tuned. Big shout out to me and Rob's sorority sisters of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated and our fraternity brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Blue Phi to my sisters and brothers. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're coming right back at you. All right. Peace, love, and happiness.